it's Lauren with Lauren Talks Homes here. Today I'm going to discuss ways to increase your credit score. So I'm always approached by people who are like, I would love to purchase a home, but my credit, my past, I did X, Y, Z, and the credit is okay. And it's okay that you can recover from having, bad credit. So I'm going to discuss ways that you can improve your credit score. Credit is key to help with interest rates for your home loan, car loans, any type of loan. Like, credit is key. So it's very important to get a good rate so that you can have lower payments, right? We definitely want that. I mean, even as far as leasing a home, credit is still important. Even with an apartment, it's going to increase or decrease the amount of the deposit you may have to spend. So credit is so very important. So by following a few steps, we're going to make sure that your credit report accurately reflects your use of credit. And we're going to create a plan to improve your scores. So one thing you want to do each year, you can download your credit report for free from freecreditreport.com. And I definitely recommend that you do that at least once a year so that you're able to monitor what's been added. And possibly, the first thing we want to talk about is checking for errors on that report, because unfortunately, it's possible to have errors on your report. I'm named after my father, and one year I noticed something on my report, and I'm like, that doesn't belong to me. All right, and come to find out it belonged to my father, and they placed it on my credit report because our names are similar. So I had to have that omitted. So you can find things such as that on your report. You just want to make sure that you're constantly checking that report to make sure that it's accurate. Another way to increase your credit score is by aiming to have low balances on your credit cards. You want to aim to have no more than 50% of available credit in use. So if I have a credit card that can hold up to $3,000, then I want to make sure that I'm at least under the $1,500 mark, and even more if possible. That shows that you pay your loans, you aren't gonna get in over your head and that sort of thing. So you want to keep those balances as low as possible. Now, you may notice on your report you have some negative accounts. And so that's something that you want to get rid of. You don't want those negative accounts because they affect you. So it is possible to call the actual creditor and possibly negotiate having those reports removed. So you may agree to pay some or all of the debt in order for them to remove it. Now make sure you get that in writing. You don't want someone to tell you, oh yeah, sure, whatever, just send me the money, and then you pay and the debt isn't removed. So you want to make sure you have that in writing and a decision maker on the phone, but it is very possible to do. You want to also keep old accounts open. I know sometimes people are like, well, I don't really use this account. There's a small balance. I'll just pay it off and close it out. You don't necessarily want to do that, because sometimes it's good to show that you have a history with an account. And about 15% of your score is based on how long you've had credit accounts. So an older account may be useful in that way. It may not be as useful, as far as you need it necessarily, but because you've had it for a long time, that just helps establish your credit a little bit more. And this is something I'm sure you know, but it's just a reminder. You want to make sure you're paying all your debts on time, because that does negatively impact your score. And you don't want to do all these things to fix your score, and then you make a late payment, and you're constantly making late payments, and then it's just like a never-ending cycle. So you want to make sure you're paying those any debts on time. Okay, and then sometimes I do realize that sometimes there may be a mistake and you're like, I pay this bill on time all the time, and this time I missed it for whatever reason. It is possible to call your creditor, and sometimes they may remove that late payment as long as it's not something you do all the time, because they see that you're a customer who typically pay on time. So it is worth that phone call to see, hey, I made a mistake this month. Look out for me, because I pay my bills, okay? So, it's possible to do that as well. Now, if you're really in over your head, you may want to consider a bankruptcy. Now, that would be the very, very, very last option. And it can actually help you reset the clock and allow you to plan for a future purchase, such as a house or something like that. So it is an option, but I put that to the very, very end. So another option is to use an expert. There are credit specialists available, and you want to kind of do, some digging, because I've seen credit specialists who just make you pay for months and months and years on end in order to improve your credit. So you want to make sure you have someone that can help you out, and possibly in a timely fashion. Now, I know if your score is really low, then it will take some time, but you want to do your homework and make sure you find someone who can really help you, not someone who's just going to make you just pay the month after month after month after month, and your credit score is like barely moving. Okay, and so I've actually included some of my preferred credit specialists below, so you can contact them and see maybe if they can help you out, if that's a route you're interested in going. So I hope this was very helpful for you today. I've used some of these tips on my own, and I've shared it with friends and family. So I think that it's just very important. Credit is essential, even if you aren't purchasing a home. Like, it's essential, but because with everything, your credit is used. And I think that's one thing that maybe in or my own community, it's not emphasized enough early on. So make sure that you're taking care of that credit. And I mean, it's possible to just go places. I mean, home ownership is definitely within reach. Till next time, Lauren Talks Homes.